Can Jimmy Graham continue his amazing early season success?
Or can Ryan Tannehill bore the ESPN audience to a 4-0 start?
We'll answer all your questions on the War Room's Monday Night Football preview. Monday Night Football is Dolphins at Saints. A surprising pair of unbeaten teams.
I know. Can you believe somebody will emerge from the when I say this, I'm not joking. Somebody will emerge from this game 4-0.
I did not see that coming.
Did not see this coming. I'll tell you one thing that's been really nice, aside from the return of Sean Payton for the Saints, has been the curse of Mark Ingram being lifted from the Saints offense. It's not even that they used him that much. It's just like you'd see him there kind of pouting, just like not being as good as we all thought he would. And I think it just casts a pall over that entire team. Drew Brees doesn't care. He's too busy throwing his right arm off.
Yes.
He's going to be Johnny Unitas in 50. He won't even be able to raise his right arm.
No.
But I think he just sort of like makes, like just, he's a tiny little storm cloud of suck. Like he's another black hole of suck, if you will. Now they get to go back to doing what they do best. Throwing and having the unpredictability of Sproles and Pierre Thomas. This is how I like the New Orleans Saints offense to roll and work.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And Jimmy Graham, holy moly! If you have him starting as your tight end, you're just winning every week.
You are.
He's
the guy's
unbelievable. It's negatively affected Marcus Colston. Lance Moore's up there. Don't play him. Don't have him on your team.
No, I dumped him.
Yeah.
4 for 44.
Useless.
Not last week. On the season.
Through 3 weeks. I mentioned this in one of my shows earlier this week. I believe it was Keepers. Robert Meacham came in off the street, discarded by the Chargers, and instantly did more in the Saints offense than Lance Moore had done all season long.
Now, how are we feeling? In the tease, I said, can Ryan Tannehill bore a national TV audience to a 4-0 start? They're well coached.
Yeah.
They're effective. They're clever. They're a little bit tricky. They're consistent. And they are boring as hell. And I don't know why, but that's a good defense and an effective offense. And yet, even as a Patriots fan, I don't mind them doing well. It's a good team. It's just,
yeah. Obviously.
Where's the spark? Where's the something? Like you got dynamos like Lamar Miller and Mike Wallace and Brian Hartline's really good, and this guy Charles Clay who gets goal line carries, but he's a tight end. Like we have the old H-back is H-back, but yet still, meh.
I don't know what the answer to that is. I think Ryan Tannehill is just going to... He got blitzed 18 times last week, completed 15 of those passes. He's solid under pressure. He's hitting up Brian Hartline, who I've been starting every week in a PPR league and been doing great with.
Right.
I like him again this week, even though the New Orleans is much improved against the pass this year.
Right.
Hartline's been getting almost 10 targets a game, 9.7 targets per game. I think he's a great start this week. Not enamored with Mike Wallace.
Nope.
I don't think he's gonna have a great game. You can run against the Saints.
Sure you can.
And with Cameron Wake out, I also like Darren Sproles as a start this week.
Yeah, Cameron Wake being out, I mean, he's the sack master flex for the Dolphins D, who, as we've said before, generate pressure on half of all QB dropbacks. It's interesting to note, though, that Charles Clay. Two things I'll say wrapping up here on the offensive side for the Dolphins. 3 rather. Ryan Tannehill, good bye week start if you have like an Aaron Rodgers or something to pick up. Charles Clay has been helping out a lot of people like me who have Gronk, but he haven't been able to start him yet because his dad said Gronk is still hurt. And Brian Hartline, little did we realize, he was to be the recipient of the Mike Wallace attention. He's probably the guy who's the happiest that the Dolphins signed Mike Wallace.
Yeah, and me for owning him.